Oh, hello? Everyone here? Hello? Hopefully my audio is working. Hello, hello? I don't know how delayed. There we go. Man, that was real delay. I just started hearing myself right now. Alright. Hey, Trapper. Think I have most of my stuff set up. Just checking my lighting really quick. But it looks okay. Just keep adjusting this thing. I feel like this thing's gonna break. I have a really old like bendable lamp I'm using with some like tinsel paper on it to diffuse it. I can just hear it crack every time I try and move it a little bit. Hey Nix, how you doing? It's been a while. Alright, I'm gonna switch over to my main camera now. Alright, there we go. Oh, thanks, Trapper. Yeah, pretty much I just had it. Oh, I just like kept the wolf from the cave down there. I got so pretty much I could have a little starting screen instead of it just being like the void and stuff like that, or something plain. Let's see, how well does this show up on OBS? Okay, everything looks fine. Check hand really quick. Ooh, a little bright. Let me turn that down so it's a little more not as bright. How's that? There you go. Now it's not just like turning my entire skin to like a shiny bright white. Okay, so we're gonna keep painting this little guy. This little guy started, but I forgot to take him off the little thing, so he got kind of like these little crevices where like the paint sits. I have to go clean that up and then repaint that with the red again really quick. And then we can do a quick wash on that top part. But yeah, it should be like how it looks like in this image. We're doing like a big base coat of the red first, and then we're gonna do yellow next, which I believe this yellow. Move this out of the way. We're gonna go with this Bone Series Ogre skin. That's gonna be our next. And I think I'm gonna dry brush that on just to so it doesn't completely cover all the red, but kind of like how in this little pre-render of the mutant dog from the game, I want him to have pretty much I'll cover most of the red with the pigment yellow, and then after that we'll be going in with greens and well yellows and greens pretty much to kind of get that same color we have on that guy. So yeah, that's gonna be our goal today. Let me just put right on top of the chat right there. So yeah. And then I should have all my redeems from last time set up. Let me just do a quick search and make sure. And make sure I also disable like the Fallout ones and the Paper Mario ones. Okay, yeah, those are off. Good. And yeah, if anyone has any more redeem ideas, you can post in Discord and I'll consider it. Yeah, because I noticed. I remember the camera died last time, so I had him like just on his back like that. So I left him like that and forgot to take him off so the paint can set. So he has like this one patch on top of him that's no shading of all at all. It just looks a little dinky. I like how it did the gums. It really brings out the teeth for him. And then bottom, didn't really set too much on the bottom, but we're not gonna see that part to me that most. It's mostly the side and back, so I kind of like how it's set back here. It's okay if it's a little too dark, because I can always brighten it up again. especially lava that would be brightened up by the other colors. So yeah, he's gonna be. I'm probably just gonna put him like this. I'll probably do the back first, and then from the back we'll flip him over once he's dry, and then we'll do the bottom. But yeah, how's everyone's weekend gone so far? Like, I had to work Saturday, so I barely had a weekend anyways, and then came back to work Monday, and I'm just like, oh man, I don't want to be here, but I guess I'm here. Oh, we also gotta do the base, huh? I should probably, when that's drying, I'll probably just take the primer really quick and go over the base with primer. So got these little, can't really see them, little scratch marks there, but those should really show up. You know what? Before I do, I need to get some paper towels just for my brushes and everything. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Also, for my coffee mug. Okay, so I don't know if this is a new design for paper towels, but for some reason it has like this extra bit folded in. I don't think that's supposed to be there. I think somehow my paper towels came defective. It's not even like perforated on the part that's folded over too. So we're just gonna, that's keep down the side. Water dry brushing, also clean our brushes. Speaking of brushes, let me grab them. Let's see. So probably gonna use you for dry brushing. I was using you last time. It's a multi-purpose, that's fine. This is my Series 7 Sable. I want something with more fine detail. What's this guy? Okay, there we go. My arm painter highlighter. I'll take that. Just take these plastic covers off them for now. Where to keep those? Let's put them up here so I don't lose them. What else we got to take off here? That should be it. If we need anything else. It's just my really old, like, the same detail from Mario Painter. Oh man, the wood's cracking on there. Must got liquid in there at some point. Yeah, hold on to that just in case we'll need it. This should be all the brushes we need for today. And put a little refresher. Let's take a brush holder. Just put them on there really quick. Just clean our brushes really quick, get them nice and ready. Nice little points, except for the dry brush. We're just gonna put that first because we're gonna mostly be using it to just layer on levels. Oh man, I forgot to super glue that one, so it's gonna keep trying to come off. I think I have another one just like that one. Let me see. Another brush I don't care about. I'm okay with trying to a dry brush. A flat one I would like to use. I guess I could use whoever this is. I think this is just a regular paintbrush. Is this hair? Can't tell if it's hair synthetic. If it's hair, I don't want to use it. Man, I just need to probably get another dry brush then. I do have this. Might as well start using this dry brush for dry brushing. So we'll just use this as my apply a bunch of paint kind of brush. Keep the dry one dry, just make sure those here's what it looks like. Okay, that should be fine. Alright then, so let's get to painting. What I probably want to do with this guy. Do I have my little tool I use? Yeah, so I use one of these. It's like one of those reamers for like when you're trying to like clean up material and stuff like that. I usually use that for cleaning up like the lines on these guys, but like get focus. You kind of see like how it made an edge where the pigment dried from the paint. So I'm gonna see if I could just try to make sure I get this on camera too. Try to just, oh man, yeah, there's too much in there. I'll be able to use that tool. If I have anything pointy, maybe a little bit sharp. How about these tools? Yeah, that's a little pointy. So like tools you use to shape green stuff in putty. So if I could just work off some of that stuff. Oh, a little off camera. Just try to use the camera I'm using here. Yeah, kind of like that. It's okay if we start seeing green again. Let's just go over with the red paint. Try and just make that a little even again. You know, if I had a sander of some kind, that'd be even better. Just brush it back and forth with my thumb until I start feeling it being smooth. Keep on trying to look over my camera. Man, stuff's like so hard that like the other paint's coming off, but not the extra layer of this stuff is not coming off. Maybe better just to try to remove as much of it as possible and then just paint over it. Me. About right here. Yeah, I can see better. Just go back and forth. Yeah, the point's kind of just. Thankfully, it's not really like scratching it, but it's scraping off the paint. Okay, that feels a lot smoother. How about this side? Yeah, I only really did like back here. Yeah, I can feel some right there. Okay, there we go. And there's just a little bit back here. So let me see. Keeps on trying to focus on my thumb, I think. That's why I keep blurring the image. There we go. That feels smooth. Okay, that feels a lot smoother. We can still kind of see the dark pigment. Should we cover that up with some new paint? So, oh, get my palette out. So I left this just under my desk over the week. Well, it shouldn't be too dry. It's been pretty cold around here. Let me see. Just make sure. Is there any mold? Don't see any, but I'm gonna go switch out. See, it's in there. So let me go grab. Where do I keep my sheets? I think they're up here. Just gotta get a new palette sheet. I'll probably just add a couple drops of water over there. So there's my palette sheet. Let's grab one of these guys in here. Pull that back on up. Get some more. And fitting like this is just LED into the actual bowl, and just dab my fingers in it. Is that moist enough? Let me feel. Okay, yeah, it's still pretty moist. Yeah, it's pretty moist. Okay, we're good. Usually I like to take your thumb and just jam it and push it, and if you can see the water form, then you know it's still pretty moistened. You can kind of push it till it dries out a spot really quick. You can see how white it gets, and that's how you know it's still pretty good. Especially since I like leaving some moisture in them. It seems better at absorbing, because when I dry them out, it takes them a while to reabsorb the water and get ready for a new paint session. Let's just layer you right in the middle. It's gonna try curl from trying to avoid the hydrating, and see if I could work out some of that unevenness. Alright, and let's take a card. What do I have with this card? There we go. Nice hard plastic card. Being a gift card I don't use anymore. Get somewhere on top, but that'll absorb right through. It'll be fine. What's this from? I was in that. Okay. I haven't had it out in a while. I don't even know how old the gift card is. Got that nice and smooth. Oh, that side's not smooth. Smooth that. Yeah. There we go. Smooth this side up. Okay. Should be good to go with that palette. Just move this out of the way. Get the camera. And actually, let me readjust this. Just point this down a little bit more. So let's grab there. How about there? How's that look? Let's try to keep it straight. There you go. Oh. Got to tighten a couple of joints on here to keep it from moving. So that one's fully tied in. Let's get this one. Come on, recenter. Just centered. There we go. Take a little swig of my fluffy too. Remember to hydrate. It's not super hot coffee. I made it probably 30 minutes before stream started, and then it's just been sitting there this whole time. So let's do it this way. Let's put you there, and let's put you just right above it, so I can just brush on. Magnets right there. All right. Now let me go grab you. Switch you again. Just so not too crazy. There you go. There, dry it up. Let's go back with that red on top. Fill up those little green patches. I know I should probably make sure that's shaked up properly. Let me go grab my little Onilab, little paint shaker here. Yeah, that's probably gonna be loud, so I'm gonna move it below my legs. Get that going first. This probably looks really awkward on stream because nothing's happening and you just hear this noise in the background now. I'm only doing this to shake up all the pigments. I'm not doing anything weird, okay? Okay, that should be good enough. Shaking by hand. Okay, it feels nice and loose in there. Let's go put down a drop. It's probably all we don't need. Too much paint, so it's kind of like dab it. So most of the brush has it, but not down into like the bottom bristles there. And we'll just go right over the parts that had issues. And you're not even gonna really like notice them. And I'm probably gonna have to give that a good, say like 5-10 minutes to dry up. Yeah, I can't even tell that to scrape off paint. Probably go over the whole top and then we'll just reapply another coat of the speed paint on top just to fill in those little like gaps in the muscles. But what I'm gonna do now is kind of, actually no, let's keep this brush and just, you know, actually can't see the well anymore. Let me see if I could adjust the camera so you can see that again. Let's adjust this one first. Let's bring you up and then bring you up. Say right. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, right there seems right. So you get more view of what I'm doing. Ooh, hey hero. Lurking on. Listening to calm talking of mini painting. Just do this. Okay. Let's make that a little straight. Okay, that looks a little better. Alright. Now you can see me whenever I drained a well. There we go. Oh, got a little bit there still. Yeah, let's go. That's why I like using like an old brush I don't care about for just this kind of stuff, because I can be harsh with it and not worry about the bristles being too damaged. So I'm just using it for a quick base coating pretty much. Okay. What I want to do is take this guy right here, my dry brusher. Now, dry brushing, you kind of want to just like get some good paint right there on the tip, like that. Let's get a little bit more. Just that much brown, and then you're gonna take cloth or whatever you have to dry brush on. Some people have like a towel or something. I like just using your own paper towels. You're gonna dry brush some of the excesses off, not all of it. You still want a good amount of paint on there. Now we're just gonna go over him again, but this time we're just gonna like just brush right over. Now bring back some of the lighter colors to him. Nothing focus. So the goal is to brighten him up again with the base coat. It's a speed paint coat we did over the base coat kind of darkened him a bit. I need a little more. Maybe we brushed a little too much off. There we go. Oh, so I have like a weird depth perception if I'm looking through the camera trying to paint. But yeah, it's just a quick little dry brushing. It could be more noticeable back here on this hind area. Especially since he has a lot more parts back here. Just add one more drop of paint. Don't feel like there's enough. Just get a little glop up there. There we go. Yeah, I just didn't have enough paint on there. Okay. Because I don't ever want those paints to get down to bristles. It just becomes a pain to try clean later on. But yeah, we're just gonna go over most of his body then. I'm not gonna really bother for dry brushing its bomb area since you won't see that. Just mostly focusing on just bring back some of that color we lost from the speed paint. Just grab a little bit more. You can really tell you're dry brushing well when you kind of see like that light sheen as you're applying it. I don't know how well that translates to the camera. I don't know if it's showing up as a sheen on there. Come on, focus on me. Thank you. I can see it when I peer above the camera. I can see the light sheen from it. Come on, brighten this area a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more on there. Just gonna brush a little bit off. There we go. I just want. See, he has like these pelvic bones. It's weird. I just want to bring that color too, so they're more visible. And then let's do a couple more too. It has kind of like these abs in front of his hind legs. Bring back color to those too. Okay. Usually I don't want to let my dry brush, but since I'm changing colors, try to get rid of this red on it. Red's a real strong color, so it's few things get off. And then it's still kind of baked in there. Just want to dry brush until it's dry again. I'll switch to the other color. Just don't want to go too rough. You don't want to start losing hairs or anything like that from it. That should be fine. Oh, also, since like this is a newer one I have, it's gonna stain a little bit with the pigment, especially with stronger pigments. Like, ooh, actually hit the brightness on there, especially with reds and stuff like that. It's gonna stain a little bit, but as long as it's not pushing off reds when pretty much using different colors, we're fine. Gotta mix up this over yellow. There's some pre-mixing, but I just want to make sure they're nice and perfect before we start painting. Funny because I can see my camera, it keeps on saying like your microphone's not on. I know it's not on. I don't want people hearing double stream with both the microphone and me talking over it. Oh, thanks for the hydrate, Nix. Time to hydrate. And it's so weird. I keep on trying to grab stuff while looking through a camera. I'm like missing it by just a little bit. It's not paint water, it's my coffee. It's my coffee. It's fine. I have this fancy brush rinser here that does all the paint. I make every day drink paint water for 10,000. Yeah, it probably doesn't help that I don't have it angled enough so you can't see the coffee in there. But yeah, let me, if I angle this up, so you can see the brush rinser I have up here. And then you just, let me add like a little color. Let me grab this with my finger. Mix it there so you see a little red. Okay, that's probably wasn't the best way of doing it. Let me just dirty this brush up again. And let's go clean him. So you see how it's like, I got kind of like a pink in there. Just dry that brush off real quick. Let's move this out of the way. And then I could just, it's better when I use this finger. I can hold it down, and then the great thing is you see it drain all of it, and then once it's all clear again, you know it's nice and clean. And that was worth the, I don't remember, like $12, $15 I paid for it. Alright, let's get back to painting this little doggy guy. So now I'm gonna do a dry brush of yellow over his red coat. So hopefully this, I actually didn't test this paint, I only shook it. Hopefully it's not all clumpy. That drop was a little questionable. Let's try another drop. The thing I hate about yellow pigments is they tend to have really like light but heavy pigments, and a lot of times like separates a lot, especially when you have to sit for a while. Let's see, that third one was a little bit better. Let me do that one. Ah. So let me grab this thing, let me turn around. Get some of that yellow on there. So that one too. See how that looks. Okay, that looks fine. Alright. So now, this is always the most worrying part I have whenever I do this. I'm like, alright, hopefully it turns out good and I don't hate it. Also, the other problem we're gonna have probably with yellow a little bit is probably gonna have to do a couple layers of yellow, because they're also very light pigments. So a lot of times the yellow doesn't layer too well over other colors, and you have to go over with a couple layers just to make it look nice. I just want to test the yellow on the side. You know, let me try absorbing that, but let's get rid of a little excess. And oh, yeah, see, that's a little too bad. That's going too strong on how I want it. Let's see if I can just brush some of that off. Okay. So let's do it up here. Is that too much paint on there? Just nice little like light flicks back and forth. That's all we want. We still want some of that red to show through at the crevices and all that. We just want the yellow to be on top of it. See, it's more like yellow and greens than he is red. Okay, let me get a little closer zoom on that. Okay, that's coming out a little better. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need another pass with yellow, so it's more thick on him. is getting that kind of like weirdish, greenish, yellow look they have. Maybe try to send that off and let's do another drop right there. Come on, drop, 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 drop. It's like I feel like there's like a clogging in there somewhere. Just like too much pigment in one part. I'm trying to squeeze it. Okay, so up here now. This part's probably gonna be a little bit thicker on, but it'll be fine. So we kind of want him to become more yellow than red right now. Try to get a little bit underneath him too. There we go. See how that is. Okay, yep. Now he's turning yellow. I'm only doing to this half right now to see how it turns out after it dries and see if I like that or if I want to go a different way. Let's get some of this topper part too. Yeah, ogre yellow's turning out well, man. So I'm probably gonna use this color when I do my super mutants too. Okay, I'm kind of liking that. Let me put this down real quick. Oh, my brush fell. I don't know if I'm getting cold or if I have allergies right now. But yeah, I'm liking how that's turning out. So that's like kind of weird, like pockets. Are those pockets? Okay, yeah. He has like little divots where the red's kind of poking through. You can always mark those up as like little battle scars he has recently from a recent fight or something like that. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I may even just take the green too and try and go over it with green as well, just to get a feel of how that will turn out. Let's see which green's closer to him. Maybe this one. Putrid slime green. Yeah, it looks like closer. The other green I have seems a lot darker. Trent green. Yeah, it's probably better if I'll paint a super mutant to make them more green. Probably use the putrid slime then. I can barely hear the ball shaking that one. I gotta shake this one up really well. So what I do, shaking with one hand. I mean, no camera. Let's take a look at what we got so far. So we went from that to this now. Don't know if I'll just go. I'm gonna do it right there too. This is mainly like what we were looking at the tabletop. Just in general, they'll look like this, or like this from above. So that's where you really want to put more detail on. You could work the whole model, but usually, like, if it's a part they're never gonna see, there's no real point in putting time and detail into it. Unless you have a way to, like, if it's like a model you can take apart, like a big mech or something, then that's a good way. But yeah, since this guy's just stationary and you only ever see him on top of the field, most likely like this, it's better to focus on details on top than on the bottom. Alright, see how this putrid slime is. Really hope this paint's good, because I don't think I've ever painted with this one. And these are like my very old like D&D sets of paints that they had from like 2, maybe 3 years ago, maybe even longer than that. Yeah, there was like a tiny bit of like dried paint at the top that from me never touching it. Do I have to poke that? I may have to poke that. I think. Good thing it made a tiny seal on top. So that kept the paint from drying out. But now we want to use you, so see if I can squeeze out. Kind of like farted out for me. There we go. I got a little extra than I needed, but let me just try to get this yellow out. The dry brush now. There's still more in there. So this is the second one. There's still yellow pigments coming out. There we go. Good now? Yeah, that looks good. Alright. Just dry off our brush. So you can't tell in real life, but okay. Yeah, there's still. Oh! No! Caught with my foot. He's fine. This is why I would try to keep them on the magnet over here. Because I know I'm gonna clumsily just knock them over. There's still a little bit picture of that. So let's try to make that all out. Let's see. There we go. No more yellow. That's what we want. Let's just make sure it's nice and dry. Okay, yep. It feels dry, so let's try this new color. See what shows up on the napkin first. Yep. Real like slime greeny color. I think that's gonna work out fine with the way these guys turn out. So give him a nice little brushing now. Let's see, this hold him right there. Just going over to yellow, ever so gently. I'm giving me a little more on there. There we go. There we go. Now I'm actually seeing the green. Focus on the mini, please. Okay. I've even learned how to hold my brush in like different ways than I'm used to, just so I could capture what I'm doing on camera a lot better. Try to get a little bit underneath you, get your face too. May have to go in with another layer of this putrid slime too. Let's just see how that looks after just one coat of putrid slime over to yellow. Try to get in between the toes and stuff there too. Let's get a little more putrid slime. That's a little bit excess that I wanted. Looks like it doesn't want to come out the tube whenever I try to pull it out. Okay, there we go. Alright, there's the sheen I'm looking for. So I know it's applying well. Let's get these foot areas too. And I can't want to get his teeth with the putrid slime. Looks like I was going with like a bone yellow or something like that afterwards. And let's kind of get this top area. There we go. Let's see how that turns out. Oh! Let me put this up here. I need to stop leaving it on top of my palette. Yeah, my light's white. Maybe I should turn this brighter. That'll help with color. Okay, yeah, he's getting closer to that greenish color he has on top. Okay, so we got the reddish into the yellow into the green on top. Kind of weird because like the in-game one is like a little more grayscale, like diluted green. But I think the more vibrant green is gonna look better on the tabletop. But we may go over again with some. Cause yeah, he has kind of like more in the face. He has that like reddish undertones, and then it goes into a yellow green, which I like on there. Yeah, I like that. So I'll probably do the same on the other side. Should have speed painted the top, but we can always just when we do like a wash on top. Because Project Speed Paint's just like an extra way to kind of do the wash earlier, and then you just highlight afterwards. But we could just do a wash at the end to give those muscles some defining. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go back, clean out the brush again. We're gonna go into the yellow. What's that? Just work color out there. Okay, yep. Let's dry. There's my paint. Let's do a nice dab over yellow on this side. What is that that's clogging it? It's definitely like something in the pigment clogging it. There we go. These have like a little pin, one like theme from I think Reaper's Minis. We need to like poke the paint in, make sure there's like no clogged chunks. I don't know where mine went. Last time I saw it was probably more than a year ago. So that may be something I have to rebuy. Is that a cat hair? Let's go over this side with the yellow now. Let's get a little bit more yellow paint on there. Always worries me when we're using the yellow pigment because it goes off so light when you start it, but then I won't put too much on the brush and then just cake the model in yellow pigment. That's my biggest worry. Yeah, let's get this rough area too. Looks like he has like a little pimple right there. Let's get behind his leg too. Yeah, there's gonna be a little more paint on this. Feels like it's going too light. There we go. Make sure I get the inside of both legs. The main thing is just kind of like a brush just barely touching them out, and you're just going back and forth just so the upper areas get covered in it and not the lower. You're not like jamming the paint into it. more. Kind of going over parts that were already drying. See how that red streak's there. I need a lot more yellow. I'll give it like a quick second to dry too. What's going on with you, yellow paint? Definitely have some kind of clog in there. I think it probably had like a kind of corked itself. And then when I had it shaking, it uncorked itself. And now that little cork is just floating in there, but when I try to squeeze out, it's getting stuck. Let's see if that freezes up. There we go. Get down the bristle tips. Just see, okay, there we go. That's kind of layer I want the yellow, just so it's bright enough to show up well on the red. I just try to get his belly a little bit and those abs in the back. Next to his haunches. Let's see. Let's get the back of this leg too. There we go. Get a little bit underneath him too. I don't think I ever got that side too, so I may have to flip him over. It's okay if I go over some of the green because I'm just gonna do another layer of green anyways. Make that nice yellow butt. Probably keep the butt yellow. Don't do too much green on there. Alright, let's grab him right. And since this side's more dry, let's do this. Just turn him sideways and we're just gonna put them underneath with the yellow. Just so there's some color down here. I sometimes paint underneath feet like this just to make it like more uniform. You don't have like that patch of gray underneath. You know, no one will ever see that since I'm going to glue him back to his base. Just give him some yellow, but kind of like the belly being more of a red ether that he has right now. So I'm probably just gonna go with the yellow and then stop there. No, but don't put any of that green in there. Let's see, okay. Let's get a little more yellow in. What's that? Play Miku boxing? Hey, Molta. You had to redeem the Miku boxing, huh? It was your calling. Oh, you also got first. No one redeemed first. Do people not know I have a first one? Also, what are some of the ideas I should make redeems? And don't suggest more VTuber like ones because I don't have a VTuber to anything on the screen for me to use for that. Oh, you know what? Maid outfit. I don't. Well, like, just wear one in real life, even though I'm not showing my body. So all you see is like the cuffs on my hands. Actually, that's a cheap way to go on a maid outfit because all I have to do is buy the cuffs for it, and not a whole maid outfit. And no one will know. No one will be the wiser. Oh, wise guy. Get these toes on him. Oh. keep on moving the camera off to a spot where you guys can't see. Sorry about that. Just do a quick brushing out here too. Make this side yellower. Oh, and dry brush. It's okay, we can always dry brush into stuff and kind of remove it. Because I kind of want this to be a little more red, so what I'll end up doing is cut back and use our speed paint again on this bottom part. Yeah, it's coming out a lot better. It's funny, I saw my mug over there. I'm not mocking the maid outfit. I'm just saying, does it really fit me to have a maid outfit? Am I really the maid type? You know what? You convinced me. I'm also not gonna get one. Maybe I'll start a throne and then put maid outfit on there. If someone ever buys for me, then I have to do it. Jeez, I hate this yellow pigment. It never wants to come out the brush. Here on next, we'll upgrade in them too. The two people who are lurking in here right now. Let me pick them up. Just kind of like play with the putty again, get rid of all the excess paint color. There's not just a bunch of reds and stuff on it. There we go. Make it nice and sticky again. Funny thing is, I'm pretty sure there's more people in chat because when I started, it was like, it said I had 8 viewers, and I'm pretty sure everyone's just lurking right now. They're all lurking. But yeah, just show you Molta since you just came in. So this side is just only yellow, but this one has kind of slime green on it. So we get closer to that color on the picture above chat. I don't know why it's like the lighting through my camera isn't that great, but when I look at the lighting on my computer screen, I can tell that's really like a golden yellow. That's more like a putrid green. But this iPhone I have, the line's not that great. It's odd. I think with iPhone they would invest more in color stuff on their cameras. Let me just flip this cloth around. Is this getting wet? Yeah, it's starting to get a little wet. Where's my other one? Should probably just have one for cleaning my brushes and one for dry brushing instead of having one. Because now there's a bunch of wet spots all over that one. We'll take this one, I'm just going to rip it in half. And we use this for dry brushing. So now we're going to go with the putrid green on this side. So let me get that in the bristles. So we get a nice little dab like that. And we're just kind of going in a circle here. Kind of work off some of the excess. Make sure it's covering all the bristles. And oh, I'm off camera again. We're just gonna go lightly back and forth. Try to turn some of that yellow into green. I'm gonna keep this part yellow, so I'm kind of like gonna go from here down this leg with the dry brushing. Maybe the insides I'll make green. I like the whole back there and probably the belly, keep that only yellow. Gee. Let's make sure to get the top too. So, see how I'm looking. There we go. There we go. Turn that yellow into more of a green putrid slime color. Perfect. There we go. just kind of do his face too. And downward, but I want to keep kind of like the bomb, his jaw yellowish. Just make sure hit those veins of his so they pop out. Check something real quick. Yeah, it's Persona. Skip that song because one Persona song on my other one got like flagged on YouTube when I uploaded my last painting stream. I was like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want Atlas coming and trying to claim my video, even though it's a lo-fi version of their song. Because I think the only videos like I've uploaded YouTube that have like copyright claims on them are mostly just my Miku videos, but people have never had issues with like Krypton coming after them for using music in their videos, so that's fine. I don't want to have to deal with it with a couple other companies that I know are a little more happy with claiming videos and stuff like that. I know Atlas is one of them, and other ones are probably like, I know, well, not Final Fantasy, but Square Enix and Dragon Quest games, because the composer of a lot of Dragon Quest games, he doesn't like people using the main theme song and a couple other songs he composes in games. So a lot of people can't really stream those games that well without getting claimed and having to deal with headaches like that. Yeah, that's turned out great. Yeah, I like that. There we go. Yeah. It's real nice and close, and compare him to the image above chat. Yeah, I'm liking how that's coming out. The real question is, what am I gonna do next? Also, is that supposed to be his eyes right here? Actually, let me grab something I can point better with. Can't tell, like, focus. Can't tell if like this is meant to be his eyes or down underneath's meant to be his eyes, but there's like not enough detail underneath. Oh yeah, I guess, yeah, that's just his brow. So that's like a weird U-shaped brow thing. His eyes are right below it. But yeah, I'm liking how that's turned out. Basically just like a quick paint I did on it. So from above, he looks like that. Real question is, how am I gonna do detailing on him? Because the in-game models don't really look that detailed anyways. It's really just like, this is a color palette, and then you got like just the teeth and the eyes, and that's really all the details they add to these guys. Well, I guess like the feet and stuff, they kind of make it look more muddy and unclean. But that's more something I have to do with the base then. So maybe, yeah, maybe just a nice wash over this. And he's ready to go pretty much. I may play around first. Yeah, he seems to have dried off. Just do a quick, yeah, now he's coming off good. May do a quick hit underneath him. There's a little boot tack around that palm, so it won't come off. That's fine. May just hit the bomb really quick with speed paint red, just see how that comes out. Clean off the dry brush before paint starts solidifying the hit bristles into clumps. Yeah, looks like this green one cleans up a lot better than the yellow ones. And yeah, this is the one I was gonna be using too. Yeah, you can still see some of that green still in there. drain that. Let's see if I can. Get the rest of that out. Okay, yeah, it's looking a lot better. Get deep right there now. Try this off. There we go. Now it's clean. Alright. Let's go grab this guy again. This feel fine. So I want to do a little bit of speed paint. One drop should be fine. Just want to see how that affects his like belly area. Bring back some just dark crevices and stuff like that. Oh man. Yeah, that really comes out blood red. We have to go back in with yellow again. It's kind of hard to see. Be able to do this at the same time. But I really just want to bring back the dark crevices we had from before. Yeah, maybe better just do a wash. I'll just do this for the belly to make the belly more red color. And then we'll just hit them up again with yellow. Once that cures up. Yeah. Also fine because it kind of gives them more like a bloody look. Maybe just like hit the guns with the red. Just give them more of a bloody grin. And then we just dry brush a little yellow again on there. Over that. Yeah, I'm like how that's coming now. Okay. Get that quick paint out. Give that a second to dry because it's gonna take a little longer to dry than dry brushing I've just been doing. So just try to get all this red out this brush. Funny thing is, I used to use this brush as my dry brushing brush for the longest time. Oh wait, no, that's my dry brushing one. Shouldn't be drying my brushes on that. Dry on this one. Yeah, there's a little red still stuck in there. Just give it a little jamming since I don't care about this brush being perfect shape. Yeah, red just stains the brush so much. There we go. I may even try dry brushing with the old brush. Ah, the tip fell off. See, is that still? Nah, it's still drying. It's not touchy yet. Let me get over yellow that's just going there off quick. And I'll just leave you there. Me. I also found like if you have little air bubbles when you brush on, just blowing on them gets rid of the bubbles. Okay. Yeah. It's got a nice dark red belly again. And we're just gonna yellow over that again. Try to keep more of the red on there. That's kind of a good thing with mini paints, as long as you're using thin paints and stuff like that. You can kind of keep going over back and forth with any decisions you do until you get the way you want it to look. Because really, since how thin these are being applied to this model, it'll probably take us like more than like 5 or 6 layers to even start making it look like it's caked on. And we're only on, see, with the primer, probably only like 3 layers of paint on here right now. Especially since these speed paints don't really, they're really thin, so they don't really like leave a layer. They're just really strong in pigments. But he's almost there. Still see, if I look off the camera off the side, I can see it glisten in the crevices. So I'm gonna wait till those fully dry. I probably should have been doing when I was waiting for stuff to dry. Getting his base all set up because I got primed this whole thing. What does it say on the bottom? Bethesda Softworks 2017. Is that when they started making these minis? 2017. So I know they had like the Skyrim ones for the longest time. I don't know when they first started the Fallout like set. So I don't even remember how this guy was sitting on here. Let's see. I could see. Okay, yeah, so he was sitting this way on. So kind of like have a temporary. See how he's turning out right now. Okay, yeah, I like how that looks. Has it dried all the way? Okay, yeah, it's pretty dry. Let's do a little dry brushing then. Let's try it this way. Try the chin first. Just like barely in pigment. Yellow's always tricky to work with. There we go. Okay. Okay, yes. I think maybe where'd my yellow paint just go? Up there. Maybe I just need. No, I'm just gonna put on the right here on this guy. I squeeze you so hard, just get a little paint out. Let me turn it upside down. That gets rid of what clogs it. There we go. Just gonna put it right onto the paper towel instead of the palette. Then I'm just gonna dab, circle, dab again, circle. Okay. Let's try on the paw first. Okay, there we go. Just so thin. Kind of want that kind of like orangish color to come from this. There we go. It doesn't help that the tip wants to keep coming off for me. There we go. It doesn't help that I have my light like where my right hand usually is, so it's like blocking the light every now and then. don't know if I'm actually getting better dry brushing with this or not. Okay, there we go. Just takes a couple layers of build up. This. Get underneath too. Okay, yeah, I'll switch to our brush because this ain't working that well. Like this is the same brush I think I used to do that very first ogre from a long time ago. I think I just got used to dry brushing with the other brush so much that my way of doing it is not the same with this one anymore. Just dry, you noticing now? Oh, tip came off in there. Just grab it and just use the tip. There we go. Let's leave you over here. And let's go back. Let's top the brushes. Let me give this a nice little shake. So I have to do Miko boxing now. How far are we into the session? About an hour and a half. Yeah, I'll probably around when we get near the 2-hour mark, switch into Miku boxing for the day. Get my dailies done. And then we'll just end the stream from there. We'll have this guy pretty much done. Probably do his basing next time. I can make that whole stream. Let's see. Let's bring him up till right there. Yeah, that's a lot better. There we go. That's the color I'm looking for. Try to make that blend into the green up here. If it becomes too yellow, I can always come back with the green. Oh. Fire Emblem. A little more yellow right there. I'll probably just go a little more heavier with the yellows coming up, and that goes come back down with the greens. Definitely gonna need a little more. Come on, yellow, come up. There we go. Now it's squeezing out. Just need a nice little shake up. There we go. Go a little bit back up here. Get more in that little inside this little area right here. Who talks? Hey Lux. Oh, I didn't see your messages. I'm too focused on my camera. You left and now you're back. Hooray! Food talks. What have I eaten lately? I had mozzarella cheese sticks, which the worst thing about Mozzie sticks is I can't find a good place for Mozzie sticks anymore. It used to be nice, like kind of like pizza places that do good Mozzie sticks, but I can't find anyone that does good Mozzie sticks anymore. Like I had Arby Mozzie sticks, which is they do it the closest way I really like, where it's like they're battered Mozzie sticks. I like them when they're like battered or beer battered, kind of. Yeah, yellow's coming out nice. Because breaded Mozzie sticks are alright, but something about like beer battered Mozzie sticks tastes better. They have like more of a crunch to them, which I like. I like the crunch. Just do all these abs like that. Give it more of a yellow hue on the bottom. While still keeping those red undertones, these crevices. Yeah, that's good. Let me just brush his teeth yellow really quick too. Give him some yellowing and lightening to his teeth. And some of his gums too. That lower lip. Still keep like most of his mouth red. Yeah, I like how that looks. Let me check this brush real quick. See, I really like my mozzarella sticks with marinara sauce. But sometimes I can just eat them raw, because really it's just a fried, like, string cheese stick. That's all you're really eating. But sauce is always a plus. And where I used to work, where we had them available as like an item, sometimes I get adventurous with sauce to try like barbecue or honey mustard or something like that. Really, the only thing I liked with the honey mustard was like we had poppers, and for some reason, the cream cheese from the poppers and honey mustard worked out really well. I like the way that tastes. There we go. See how that shows up on the string camera. Yeah. So yeah, it's like more of a golden bottom, but its top's more of a putrid green. I like how that blended. Mozzarella sticks or pretzel bites. See, really, the pretzel bites depends on where they come from, because I don't like it when they're like crunchy. I like them when they're really soft. So if I have nice, fresh, soft pretzel bites, those are good. But I think I always will pick a mozzarella cheese stick over that every time. Now, unless you're talking about like Wetzel pretzel and they're like pizza bites or something like that, then that may win over a mozzarella cheese stick. But that's because you're adding cheese to a pretzel bite. Okay, yeah, I'm liking how that turned out. Let me take him off this little thing now. Let's flip him over again, just so get a nice overview of how he looks like. There we go. Yeah, that gave him. I like that yellow I just did under brush. Definitely gives him like a two-tone kind of look. That looks a lot better than what we had before. Probably not gonna match the source material on the right that much, but I like the way this looks more. The thing is, I probably have to go over each one of those teeth with like a bone white, just make them pop out. It's a shame that I can't really do much with his eyes. It's like I kind of see this eye right here, but this eye is kind of like, can't tell if he's like fully squinted or something like that on that eye, so it doesn't really show up that well. And what should we do for a wash? Because what I'm worried about, if we do a wash on there, it's just gonna eliminate the red that's poking through from the top like that. I kind of want to keep the reds on there. So maybe basically highlight. I mean, he already has. I don't know if it shows up on camera. Yeah, he has kind of like that plastic, like that, not plastic, but like leathery sheen, like they have in the game. Just how he is, so I don't really need to put like a matte finish or anything on there. He should be fine the way he looks right now. This, I think it's pretty much good looking right now. I just don't really know how to detail him. That's the problem I'm having right now. Because there's no real bits to highlight that much. Go with the brush and try like highlighting the face some more. Just on the important bits. I just use this putrid slime in a very fine point brush. It's not even mixing when I'm shaking anymore. I think this paint may be shot. There. Yeah, it's like I have to shake it really hard. I'm pretty sure there's 2 ball bearings in there. Just so much effort has to go into it just to shake it up a little bit. See, it's not dry, but it's like separated, but I feel like what's the problem is like, actually it could be dry, like it could be like all down here is really the paint, but there's so much pigment because yellow paints tend to need more pigment in them to show up. But it's weird because like it squeezes just fine, just doesn't make noise of it like shaking, which is weird. Like if I shake this guy, you definitely hear it, and this one's basically water, so you definitely hear the 2 bearings. Like just so much pigment that it doesn't have room to really make that shaking noise. Where's my thinnest brush? Which one are you? You're my highlighting brush there. So we got a nice thin bristles on this guy. Let's just wet it really quick. And with this other one, we'll put my dry brush away for now. I want to wet it. I kind of like want to twist as you pull back and make it into a really real fine point like that. So you don't need too much paint on it. I'm just noticing with this little blob. Let me see if I can bring it closer to the camera. Yeah, it's like not fully mixed. I don't know if you can see it too well, but it's like a little darker green on this side than on that side. You can't see it's more green on that side than on the other side. It'll focus. So yeah, I think it's just a problem with it not mixing the pigments well enough. But what we want to do, I'm probably gonna see if I can angle myself better here. Just want to go over like his main points and make sure they're nice and highlighted. It's a little thick. Sometimes I like to use the back of my nails like this, just to work off some of that little excess. Now I want to make sure here's like the main parts of his face are highlighted. That putrid green slime color. Let's get a little bit more paint on that tip. Let's work off the excess into a nice point. These are going to be the parts that you mostly see, so I really want them to pop. So let's go with his ears too. I want those to be nice, bright green. Let's go on the other ear, get the top of that. And let's get the lower inner part too. Let's go on this side too. So we're gonna kind of like just get that inner part right there. It's not translating well on the camera because the way I'm holding my brush and looking on the opposite side of the camera. So that's what my brush again is getting a little too dry for my liking. Make sure there's no point and not too much paint on there. There we go. So let's do it just like this probably. So I'm kind of like cradling it with my palm right now. Let's get the highlight on that, and then let's get in the lower part here too. There we go. Kind of like with this upper, it has like a furrow brow right there. I'm gonna kind of get that a little bit. There we go. Just bring that out more. Kind of has like these downward ones too, so we want to get those as much as we can. Maybe just get like the top is now here too. Take off the. Oh, I knocked over my job sim while I was doing it. Sure did. There it is in front. Just get rid of some of that. Get that back in the point. Get the excess paint off. There we go. Kind of make that nostril solid part right there. There we go. If I can try and get here. If I'll focus. It's like a little bit right here. There's like a little. I don't know how to make that show up well while also painting it. But like right here, you kind of see like it's a part that kind of divots off like this way. I want to get that part just so that's highlighted on him. There we go. So it's like right there. Oop. There we go. There, I got it. All right. Problem taking too long trying to paint it is since I have so little paint on here, I don't want the paint to dry out while I'm trying to do it. This paint's already dried out on my thumb right now. Let's see, where else can I highlight on his face to make the details come out better? This is like a nostril thing. Let's get that really quick. Same on this side. Just make those up to his main nose. Let's get the upper part of that. I kind of want to get these right below his eyes too. So let's kind of cradle him again. Push it just right there, right below that eye. Just need to be careful like that, real careful. There we go. Let's get those two. Still kind of leave the rest of it so you see his angry red wrinkles are neat. I got to do the same with this side too. Start with the lower eye bag. There we go. And try to get that top one too. There we go. Without losing too much of the red underneath. Let me get right here too, so that kind of all becomes one. There we go. There we go. And see if we can focus on the head again. There we go. Now his eyes are a little more easier to see. I think I need to do a little bit more right there. Hey Dive, how you doing? Having a good day today? I'm just getting my facial details on this guy squared away to the point I like. There we go. There we go. Now it kind of goes there. Yeah, you can see his squinty eye now. Because before that was just all red right there. Give him a little bit more right here too. Okay. There. Okay, I like how that's working. Alright, let's get some bone white. Which I don't think I pulled a bone white, did I? I got ancient mummy. That'll probably be good enough for his teeth. Just get that back into point. And let's leave him right there for now while I get the ancient mummy. I'll use that for his tea color. And you can really tell that separate because it's like all pigment at the bottom and then it's like all clearish liquid on top. You grinding away on your Marvel Rivals ult? Are you prepared for another community night if we ever do that again with Lux's channel? Funny is, I think that's the only other time I played Marvel Rivals. We did the one with Lux's group. Huh? Yeah. Like you always want to jump on Marvel Rivals. Have you been playing at all since we had the community night last Friday? Assume you played some during the weekend. As I assume you would. You know what they say about assuming. Also, I'm not sure how loud that is compared to me. Let me just look at the camera. Or no. Okay. Huh. I think my mic's pretty good at not picking up unless I'm talking. Yeah, I'm noticing that my mic's pretty good at not picking up the noise. Probably helps I'm also doing it below the desk. Oh no, you haven't been home for the last few days, so you haven't been able to wibbles. Oh, there's a cork in there, that's why. If you look at the very tip of that. See, that's the good thing about these paints, since they have like such a needle pin like dropper, is they'll cork themselves before drying out. So it kind of saves them for you to use later. Hopefully that's enough to get rid of the cork. Because I don't have my pin. Oh, you know what? I actually do have a pin thing. Where did... There it is. So I have one of these, like, those little phone things to take the SIM cards out. That should be deep enough. Hopefully. Let me just gotta take off the paint there, and then let's see if we give it a squeeze. Yeah. Ooh. That's a lot that just came out. Let's give it a little dropper. Don't need that much white. Deadpool comes out on Friday? Are you saying we're playing this Friday? Wait, but you have a stream on Friday. You have to stream Friday, Lux. Are you gonna play Deadpool? Are you gonna, the second stream's over, just launch Marvel Rivals? See how that... Okay, that's pretty bright. Let me cup him again and... Let's see if I can do it from this angle. So I don't want to color any of his gums, but I just want to color the tooth. Yeah, there we go. He's got one. Is that his gums or? Yeah, I think that's his gums. That's not a tooth back there. Just very careful layer. Nice, happy point to the brush. Okay, I have to get like kind of behind the tooth right here too. Yeah. Just get that nice pointy tip for me. There we go. After me too. Also, there's too many DPS. I'm kind of tanking. Oh, you mainly DPS, but the only DPS is Winter Soldier, so I want a new one. Also, Winter Soldier is a good game. Well, yeah, it's a couple of rounds I play with Winter Soldier. Done well. So I can see how he's good. I found it funny because like I think the very last round we played, where he gets a Black Widow, and I was out sniping the Black Widow with just my 3-shot revolver gun he has. Meta usually means like the best build or best play style in a game. It's probably like easiest way to say it. It's usually I messed up his tooth, but we can always fix it. Just finish whitening out that tooth, and then I go in and try do a very thin red layer over it to cover it up again, and just holding this in a way so I could have it be on the camera, but also be in a way that I could brush well. It's problematic right now. Let me hold it like this. There we go. That'll probably work. Now let me get some paint on here. Get there the excess. If I hold them about that distance. There we go. Got a little bit on the gum there, but that's fine. I can fix that later. Let's actually go this way. It's funny because like a lot of times while I'm painting, I'll hold the mini in such a weird way, but won't have an issue painting it. But since I'm trying to make sure everything captures well on the camera, it's kind of making me redo how I usually will hold a mini. I'll get the tip of this thing. There we go. And let me try to see if I can get the tip of this tooth there too. Okay. There, now he has a little happy little grin. The little tough shows I have to do. So let me get the point going again, because I just want to make sure I get these right as close to the gum as possible with the tooth. Oh, what did you deem? Hydrate posture check. Hydrate time. Time to drink our paint water. As for my posture, I think I've been sitting up like on the edge of my seat in like a nice straight position this whole time. He doesn't have any bomb teeth that are showing, right? I guess there's some back there, darn. I have to go over and get those too. Clean my brush. this point again. So what I just noticed is right in the back you kind of see one or two teeth from his lower jaw right there. So I'm gonna try to get those. I just don't know. I may have to do it off camera and then bring it back in to show you guys. So I won't mess them up. Where are they? They're back right there. Jeez. I'll just come back and show you guys as soon as I finish. There's one. There's two. Getting a little bit on the lower gum, but I can fix that. You can see his other side. Yeah, there's a couple on that side too. This you may be able to see. You can see he has a tooth right there. Just kind of get that big tooth from his upper jaw right there first. And then you get some more paint. Go back and try to get the other tooths. There's like 1 and 2 beside it. Just finish filling out that one first. As you see the back of my hand, and let's get these 2 other teeth. Change my grip so I can try to get better. Yeah, I'm getting some on his gums, but it's fine. I can fix those in a sec. I kind of messed up that one a little bit. Hold on. Oh, I almost 3, but I missed. That one's weird because position X matters, but yeah. Do you ever try ranked? No, I've never played ranked in Marvel Rivals. And honestly, I don't really care to. Unless you make me. Then I have to. Let me try to fix the gum a bit. Some of this red over it. That was speed paint red. Yeah, it was. Let me get some of the red cinnamon. Yeah, cinnamon. Why can't I say that? Cinnamon red. Nice and thin paint. And also will help make his little gums pop out a little bit more too with the red on top. Is all you really do with the detailing brush at the end. I think I'm only gonna detail his face because there's not really much detail on the rest of his body. But yeah, so that red I'm adding to gums is helping make them pop back out on top of the teeth, and it's doing a good job covering the white I got on his gums too. There we go. So it's getting more of a bloody mouth again. I kind of want to take that red and go over the top of his gums too again. You always play rank with 2 players if you remember correctly. Never be scared of rank Lux. So next, it's basically like your next thing to go to becoming a pro Marvel's girly. You gotta play ranked. Let's kind of get like in this inner part too. Just make that nice and bright red so it pops out. Maybe we'll get some of this lower lip area. Just try and go over that darkened bit right there with some red. Really hope that's showing up better on the camera. I'm going by how I actually see it in real life. Let's get the very top of these gums. Get them nice bright red. Also keeping the shading from before. And then let me see if I can fix inside his mouth. Where that tooth messed up. There we go. And it has a little bit of white right there. And a little bit of white on top of these gums. Fix that. It has a little white right there. Let's just make that more of a bloody lip right there. Like he just ate something pretty much. So let's give him some red on the sides too, like that. Just so he doesn't have like a perfect clean mouth. There we go. Oh man, I missed a lot of stuff. My master plan is get all chat into my rivals, then construct an elite team. Gets me carried all the way to the top. And yeah, you can stack up 6. Yeah, I guess like the very top one, you're going like dual Q or something like that, right? Yeah, I just said that. So you can't just like stack your team to always be good. You have to play with random people you don't know. So you can show you're good at the game with anyone you're playing with and not just your team all the time. Yeah, I'm liking how that turns out. Look at that. That's a grizzly mouth on him. Let me make sure this brush is clean. Fix the point. Okay, put it down and take a close look at how he looks like now. Now that's one angry boy, it looks like. Look at him. I mean, look at him compared to. Actually, you know what? If I use this to show up better with white background. Oh, it actually does show up a lot better with a white background. Actually, if I can make that, let me see if I put this light over here. Hopefully, it doesn't want to fall over on me. No, let's fall over. Why can't you have a heavier base light? See if I can turn it this way a bit more. Doesn't want to go. How about? Is that too heavy for it? Yeah, it's too heavy for it. To aim it a little higher. Let's turn this stuff off. There. Let me put my phone on. See if that'll hold it down. Turn that brightness up a little bit more. Like this. There we go. Now he's showing up a lot better in camera. At least for me, he is. So win rate is really bad in high ranks and all comps. Yeah, competitive games tend to have win trading as an issue. You pay someone an MT. Oh, you're explaining to her? Yeah, look how he turned out. Turned out pretty well to me. I think that's good to matching what the in-game model looks like. Look at that guy. He still has like a little bit of sheen from the putrid green on top. So it kind of matches how like the in-game model has that like classic leathery sheen on them. So I'm probably gonna try to do a matte or any kind of varnish on top. Probably just leave him plain. Man, that's one mutant doggo right there. And as a comparison, here's the other one that I haven't painted yet. So this is how they come. Let me just bring this back to where I had it before. So the lighting's not so strong. go completely off. Let's get you right there. This is how we went from a plastic model like this that came from the Fallout Wasteland. What do we call them? Wasteland Warfare board game. Which these models like look like they're a lot less quality than the resin ones you could buy from them. But yeah, we went from something like this. I'm probably gonna like paint this guy more because he has a little tongue sticking out. So that's gonna be more detailing we get to do. To this thing, which looks pretty close to what the in-game model looks like. And I did that all in about 2 hours this stream and I think like 30 minutes last stream, because last mini painting stream I spent too much time yapping. Yeah, that's a good point. I'll probably work on, I don't know if I want to paint the other one next stream or if I'm gonna focus on painting something else instead. I'm gonna take him off this little thing just so we can see. Oh, he has a little blue text stuck to his foot. Let's see if we can get that off. Yeah, there we go. I kind of get his details like that a lot better this way. Like a little dust on him already. Shouldn't be much dust in my room. I just cleaned it. Yeah, the bomb doesn't look that great, but you're gonna see him like that anyway, so didn't really bar too much effort into the bomb part, other than just having the yellow kind of bleed over into the green on top. Worst part is like a lot of time since he's tabletop figurine, you're gonna see him like that, so you're not even gonna see the face. Yeah, I kind of don't like how this one, his face pointed downward like that. This one would probably been nice because even though his face is kind of downward still, it's more visible than this guy. So yeah, we'll see how this guy turns out when I paint him. But with that, we're already at the 2-hour mark, and Molta, I believe, redeemed Miku Boxing, so I gotta make sure that gets done today. Play my dailies. So let me get rid of these two things. Make sure all my brushes are clean. Don't worry about any dry paint. Let's close this guy up. So we're gonna put my paints away. Just gonna put that underneath my desk right here where they're nice and safe. I'll put you back up there. He'll be right there next to him. Actually, let's put him on his little stand. Let's see, which way was he? Is up way around, right? Like this? Or is it harder way? No, it's like this, okay. I think. Ah! Dropped it. I'm trying to see, because one side had the bigger peg. Let's spin this way. Yeah, he was like that. Okay. Let's put back on his little stand like that. And I have a partially done one, along with a whole bunch of other ones. I gotta clean my nail because people are gonna be like, why is your nail painted that way? Red and green and whites. A white that looks really yellow. Remember, your nail is always your extra palette. Okay, and the rest should just wash off in the shower. That keeps falling off. That one's good. Just make these into nice fine points. I know I had this insane detail one. I probably should have been using that for the teeth. This brush is super, super tiny. I don't know if it even focus on it. There we go. Oh, I had it for a second. There we go. So that's when you want to do insane details right there, which I should have done for the teeth. That, I think you had this really tiny one on you. So let's put you on while, oh, hit the bristles. Let's put you on while hitting the bristles. Perfect. Oh wait, that's not yours. So this one then? Yeah, it was this one. Okay. Take that brush. And I think I had it over the army painter one. Yeah, so you belong to you. No? Was this over this guy though? Never know which ones I pulled these off of. I should try do better at remembering. Alright, let's put those all away. I have just too many brushes. I keep buying new ones, or I keep getting them with like paint sets. So I'm just like, oh, I guess I'm gonna keep all these brushes with me. But let's get this all up here. Alright. It's almost time for Miku boxing. I'll probably just transition straight into it. So I'll just keep this up here like this, and I'll just set everything up in studio mode really quick. So, in case no one's seen it before, here's my Joy-Cons. I play with Miku boxing with Miku color little knuckle grips. I may actually just put the thing out right now. Where is the stream thing I use for sending out messages to Discord? There it is. Put out that trigger so it tells everyone I'm switching over to Miku. And gotta use my Pro Controller to start off my Switch, because for some reason, even if you have like these old controllers hooked up to your Switch 2, it won't wake you up. Alright, then as soon as I launch Miku Boxing, it tells me to switch back over to these Joy-Cons. Come on, they're awake. For some reason, this right one's not waking up even though it has juice. Waking up, right? Huh. Yeah. Doing the finding thing, it's just not connecting for some reason. Why aren't you connecting to the Switch? Hello? These are my Miku boxing Joy-Con grips, Molta. They're Miku colored. They're Miku pink and Miku blue. For some reason, this Joy-Con doesn't want to connect. I don't know why. Pretty sure oh, now it's finally connected. Took it like a minute. So yeah. I mean, Lex seen these before. I wish we had Joy-Cons more color like this pink. So like match better. Also, I wish we had Joy-Con that was like this light blue, and I could just do opposite with pink on this one and then blue on this one. Make it a nice matching color. There we go. Let me switch over. Oh wait, I gotta change my stream info too. Let's change that to Miku Boxing. Nope. I was like, why is boxing not showing up? Because I typed boxing. And let's change the title really quick. Why doesn't it let me edit the title? Oh, you know. I have in like a square, well, like not resolution, normal resolution for the web browser. It doesn't let me edit the title for some reason. There we go. Let's change it to Miku. Boxing. Hope I didn't capitalize. Let's take off the mini painting tag. All right, let's put this back over here. Done. Let's hit the transition.